Hi guys, welcome to this new video in the series of BARC OCS DGFS. This is the fifth video in this series, and in this video I will be sharing my interview that experience, like starting from the day till the interview happened. So now why this is important? When you go to a new place such as PRC or other institutions for interview for the first time, then you don't have any clue that how the interview happens, okay? And it's hard or it's tough. I will not say it's impossible. It's tough. Actually, it's not easy to be mentally adopt all the new things because everything is new. So the area environment is new. So it's better if you learn or hear from someone who has already the interview set experience, then you can be mentally prepared like, oh, these are the things I have to do. So yeah, I have to go, or I will rather go through these things. Okay. So then it will be good for you. So now let's share my experiences. So what I did on the first. So at the beginning of the day, waking up from the bed, then as I told, we were three candidates in the room. So after waking up, someone was checking, I saw a key, someone was checking their some notes, okay, maybe the last minute suggestion like that. As per I remember, I also checked some things because something I carried. So the last day, due to means day before the interview, I just came from travel, so I needed rest. That's why I told that I spent the time, how I spent the time there in the last video, or not in the last video, in the video of journey from written to interview. In that video, mostly in the second last video. So then taking bath, there was geyser in the bathroom. But on the first day itself, I don't know how the geyser was working. It stopped working. So, and it was also in the summer. That's why we was able to, I mean, we were able to take bath in normal water itself. Then after taking bath, we took breakfast and we took breakfast in the canteen. We got ready with our interview set like formals. Then we went to the that building where I showed you that BRC logo is there. Okay, so that building's ground floor. Then they will guide that where you have to go. So we went to first floor. So there was a huge lobby kind of thing. Okay, so on both sides there were chairs. So many interview candidates came. So like the worst thing during interview is that you see each and everyone's face. Okay. So what happens when one candidate sees another candidate's face? So both are at that time pressure is going on right for both of them. So I think that first candidate thinks, oh, the second candidate is better than me. Second candidate thinks first one is better than me, or vice versa. So this kind of thing happens. But I will tell ki just enjoy the moment, keep calmness, and after that, you will enjoy the entire scenario. Because if you take pressure, then that will be very bad for you. After that, we had a document verification in multiplex hall. That multiplex hall was also in the first floor itself. And there were branch wise rows allotted. Okay. And I remember for the several sets, there were several like branch or OCA linkages. These were the sets different. Now there are different documents, which documents are required. That will be shared by them in email. So you check them. And even if someone like fails to get the Xerox copies, don't worry. You just have the original. Although on the previous day you have the time to go to nearby market that's within Anusakti Nagar itself. Maybe walk by distance and then can take the xeroxes or printouts, whatever you want. Or else, for taking printouts, you we were given a provision that we mail them in their official mail ID, and from there they can take out the printouts. But they were for some specific like provision certificate or some kind of thing was. I don't remember the exact thing, but yeah. Next, he like if you don't have the xeroxes of the original document, then you can keep the original. They have the Xerox machines they had in that multiplex hall itself. So I don't know based upon which they were calling the candidates. Actually, based upon the maybe the enrollment number like that. Next, what happened? We were sitting for a long time in the multiplex hall, and up to how much time you have to sit, that will depend upon the person to person or candidate to candidate. Maybe some candidate will be called at the beginning, someone will be called at the middle, someone at the last. So if you are called maybe after 1.5 hour or 2 hour, because the interview starts almost, I remember from 9 or 9:30, 10. So, and interview starts from 9:30, 10. Okay. So in first half, maximum 4-5 persons interview can be taken. Although there are multiple panels. So in each panel I am talking about, if there are 4-5 panels, then you can understand the number. Now how the panels are divided, that I will talk. So what happens after that verification? You will be guided to dedicated um, waiting rooms for interview. So you will not be directly dedicated to interview rooms. Rather, you will be dedicated to waiting rooms. Okay, interview waiting rooms. Now, in the interview waiting rooms, the scenario changes. Now in the from multiplex hall, everyone is like were guided. There are people to people there to or their staffs there for your document verification and all the photocopies, those are required, or photos of your photo passport size, those are required. But in waiting room, it's small in size. It has the space to sit, and it's like in a room on towards the wall. So on the four sides, four walls it has. Okay, one side has entry, so other side it has the chairs, and in the middle there was a table upon which snacks were kept. Okay, so waiting room has snacks. That's uh, snacks like it's not like chicken burger, chicken lollipop. It's not. It's like you can talk about some packed things like biscuits or mm, puffed rice, okay, poha, fried kind of thing. So those packed things there are okay. Now also some fruit juice and all there present there. Okay. Now if you see the number is 10 to 15%, nearly like that waiting in the interview room, it means almost your interview will be after lunch. Okay. So that also depends, but I'm talking about the almost. Now you have to take lunch in that building only. That building's mostly in the ground floor. So there is some security access. So that's for only for the staffs. But on that day, security person is there that who will help you to enter in the lunch area. And then without access, you can enter there. And food is subsidized. You can take the food. So and then we talk with our friends and how we made friends within a day means within 24 hours. 24 hours was not yet completed. So my one of my roommate was there. He was from same branch, and in the interview waiting room we had okay made friends because we were discussing something about something not about theoretical discussions. We were discussing something about like from where you have come, so which college like that. So actually we were chilling. Now my interview was in post lunch. Now there were, as I told, different interview panels. Okay, about panel, let me discuss at the last. Now you will find the typical kind of candidates. One is chilling kind of thing, another is Gyani kind of thing. So initially, I was not I, everyone who goes to the interview waiting rooms and then sits at the respective place. Now, respective placement, whatever chair is available or free. Now, then you will find two type of groups. One is chilling, another is Gyani. Why I said this? Chilling is they are discussing something, they are laughing in a not loudly, slowly. Okay, they are discussing some joke, something. Okay. Now within that, there from that group itself, there can come out the successful candidates. Why? It is because You don't know that what the candidate is prepared. But those are all theoretical thinkings, and I don't have also any proof to claim that from chilling group only we had interview cleared candidates, not from Gani group. Now you understand what is chilling group. So we so I joined the chilling group. So we were discussing something, some funny things, and we were laughing these things and all. Okay, that's it. Gyani group is they will be discussing about, oh, I have this interview experience. I went there, there was this kind of things. Okay. And it's not like they were discussing among themselves. Even you can hear because it's was a closed room within that room. So that was Gani kind of thing. Okay. They will be discussing some theoretical concepts and they will be telling, oh, it will be happen like this, it will happen like this, not like that. So this will be the answer. This will can be asked. This. And that was very crucial. Next, let me talk about the interview panels. So as per I heard, the interview panels are divided in two ways. Okay, like hmm, mostly I heard, but there were multiple interview panels. Mostly so for freshers and for experienced. In BRC, there were people who came to interview last year also. Okay, so they are considered not first time in BRC. So what I have heard, so for them the interview was tough. I mean, I shall not use the word tough. It was separate or different from the freshers or first coming candidates. It's because not because it's like I heard that in the for experienced candidates they will be asking you some questions about some details, okay, some derivations kind of thing. But all those things I heard, I don't have any. I heard from the other candidates because one of my roommate was the second time interview candidate, the 2017 pass out, right? So he came last year also. It's 21 also he came. Okay. And just out of the waiting room, there was washroom, and outside there was lobby. So interview rooms were there, and in a row, and at the last room of the row, it was it was your uh, waiting room. So an interview room at the door with a in middle there was a um, not seesaw, it's like uh, कांच का बना हुआ. Okay, so glass, made of glass. So it's transparent. From outside you can see inside. So some of us were just going to, but it was opposite side. Okay, so washroom was on the right side, and interview waiting from a waiting room, and that was towards the entry exit, the interview rooms. So the beginning, people were doing candidates were roaming around the corridor and was able to see the inside of the room. So then there were other staffs. So they were telling us to not to come out from the interview waiting room, rather wait there. And whenever you were out in the that lobby, so they were telling he don't go there because then by the time they knew that we were going to see not see like झोंक मारने के लिए मतलब अंदर देखने के लिए. अब देखो दरवाजे के सामने you we were not doing directly like entering into the or going just near to the door and see. Okay, just while walking slowly in the corridor, you can or lobby, you can how much you are able to see, that much only we saw. But from that, how much insight you can get? Maybe how many interview candidates, sorry, interview, how many uh, persons taking the interview in a panel, and the candidate is drawing in a board like that. Okay, so those kind of things only. So visually, what are the things happening? Maybe you can get a little insight by viewing them from your by your eyes. You can't say that, or you can't get like exactly what are the question asked like that. Okay, so those are the experiences, and my interview was just after the lunch, almost started at 1:30 like that. So almost 12:30 we had lunch, started 1:30. And the interview set experience is that after the interview we had that candidates, some mostly they tell that after the interview you take your documents along you uh, within the interview room, and after the interview you directly go out. Don't come within the waiting room again. But maybe someone had their bag or something, luggage. So not the luggage bag or something. To take that they came. So some see, within that we can't ask them the exact thing like what are the questions asked. Maybe we got some insight, but yeah, I got to know that interview time was almost for 1 hour for each and every candidate, from each and every candidate on that day we got. Okay. So what happened? Uh, the document verification in multiplex all. After that, they will be writing you a thing. So there they will be giving you the slips. Okay, introduction slip for the interviews. See, my number was 11, and A wing first floor HRDD. I don't know what is HRDD. So and so there were different wings. So security person is there. So A wing, uh, before entering the A wing, there is a dedicated thing, like security is there. So even there are guidance, you arrows like this side A wing. So you go, and or even you can ask someone, because persons were there, maybe the security persons, and in the security you are able to see like when you enter the wing, the security takes a note of your name and time like that. You maybe the candidate ID or enrollment number like that. So now this is the crucial thing. While getting this in hand, see this subject means a different level experience, because this Baba Atomic Research Center under Government of India. So a different level experience. I can't express in words. Holding this in hand, this introduction slip in hand. Okay, so that's it. So after that, you have from evening you have to go. From there, it's not like they are all side by side room. You have to walk a bit, and then you have to. They will be guided to the waiting room. So what exactly happened with me inside the interview room, that I will discuss in the next video. So in this video, these are the sharings. Thanks for watching, and be updated for next video in this series. Thank you. Bye bye.